This is 190 miles an hour. This is the Parabolica.
Somebody's gone very, very wide doing the exit.
Feed the power on. That's the Parabolica. What a corner.
Derek, Parabolica. Big changes on the outside. A lot of gravel gone, a lot of tarmac arrived. Right decision?
Well, obviously, if you're talking about safety, it has to be the right decision. Because if you think about my accident back in the day...
It's Derek Warwick who's crashed at the Parabolica.
Had this tarmac been here, I'd have just run a bit wide, kept my position. Is it right? Absolutely. Does it take away a bit of the character of the Parabolica? Yeah, unfortunately it does.
Now, this is the run down to the Parabolica.
If you arrive at well over 200 miles an hour,
Yeah.
minimum apex speed was 130 miles an hour. There's a lot of energy going on here. It will always be, to an extent, slightly dangerous, won't it?
And it's got to stay dangerous. You know, we keep on talking about making these drivers more gladiators. And if we're not careful, we're going to make everything too safe. And how can we then get the fans to buy into what these guys are doing if we keep on putting bigger and bigger runoff areas? We've got to make motor racing safe, of course we have. But we've also got to be able to keep that little bit of extra that makes the good great. Like when we raced, you had to be brave in order to take this corner the right way.
The difference between the great and the merely very good is the great will take an extra 2 miles an hour through here because they'll take that risk because they're good enough, and the merely very good will lean on the get-a-jail-free card on the outside.
Well, you've got to remember that I think back in the day when I had my accident, for sure, this would have saved me having an accident.
Yeah.
So is that good for Formula One? Is that good for safety? Absolutely. But have you taken away the charisma of the Parabolica? Are we going to talk about the Parabolica in the same way that you and I used to back in the day? We're not anymore because there's a bailout situation, and that's kind of sad in a way, but I understand the way it's gone as well.
Yeah, the concern is the fans look at it and think, well, you know what, that looks easy enough. I could do that. They're highly paid racing drivers doing that. I could do that myself.
Well, looking at this corner here, Martin, you're going to come through on the inside, clipping the apex, but you're going to get onto the throttle a metre or two earlier now because you know that you can drive two wheels off the circuit on the exit, which has to give you a faster exit speed and down to the end of the straight. It's inevitable.
It's opened the corner by a few degrees.
Yes, it has.
And that's why I think they've missed a trick by not having something more painful on the outside of the corner.
OK, so we take the tarmac away and we put the plastic turf. Is that the right way? Is that the better way of doing it? Or does that make it more slippery and more potentially make them have an accident?
Yeah, and of course, if you have high curbs, as we saw in Spa, that car flying.
You couldn't put curbs here because you're going too fast, you fly over them and you're going to have a bigger accident into the barrier. Formula One is the pinnacle of motorsport. It doesn't mean to say it has to be the most dangerous, but it has to be the most challenging. And if you start changing corners like this, it takes away that challenge that we all look forward to coming to Monza. We have the two Lesmos, we have the Parabolica. They're famous worldwide. And if you make them too safe, I just question whether or not we're turning the whole way that Formula One's viewed.
Here comes one of the racing drivers.
Maybe we should ask him.
He's currently leading the Formula One World Championship.
Perfect timing.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
It's not good. Why is it not good?
Because here we're not grip limited anymore.
Yeah,
so there it's easy to stay on the track. They need to put some AstroTurf also there, all the way around.
We were just saying that.
That's what I would think, yeah. Because here it's pointless. There we're not. It's a straight line here, you know.
Yeah.
By this time.
You won't be anywhere near that Astro here.
No, we will be, but it's easy there.
If you're going to have an accident, it's long happened before you get to that bit, isn't it?
And the corner exit is way back there, you know, it's not here.
Yeah. So, did the drivers ask for this to happen?
I don't know. I mean, it is a lot safer, yeah, and so that's important to consider that, you know. It's one of the most dangerous corners that we still had left on the calendar, this corner here.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible gravel trap. It always has been.
Exactly, that's
it
why...
It could turn a small incident into a huge crash.
For sure,
all by itself. But
and they also need to make sure that those things are properly anchored in there because...
How many laps of free practice will you be before you see how much grip there is around the outside?
1 lap. Yeah, but they need to put AstroTurf.
Yeah.
Put it all the way around.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
Spears.
maybe you can suggest
Some landmines.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a good moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, so there you have it.